camera's not on, right? Hi, I'm Jackson, and today I'll answer 5 questions about my newest film, Hellbound To Roses. I just remember there's a lot of stress involved. But well, joking aside though, I think this experience really gave me a new perspective on filmmaking as a whole and how to create a product that you can see in the cinemas. It takes a lot of time and effort. Actually, I did have an experience before doing these kind of things. It was a video I was producing with my friends called The Chase. I don't think that gives me the full experience of it all because it was in a group, thus the workload was divided. Only when I was doing it alone, I realized how much work it actually is. There's a lot to say actually, so I'll try to keep it concise as possible. Actually, when I first did the chase video, I didn't really think too much about the specific schedule of what we were going to do. I only started doing that after in Hellbound To Roses. I would make a shot list and also a schedule, a detailed schedule of what each day we're gonna shoot and as part of my pre-production planning. Not doing it in the chase, it really came back to bite us. I still remember so clearly, how it started raining 15 minutes after we arrived there. It started freaking raining, and we're what about a schedule? We were so lost back then, really, and the clouds, they were starting to block off the sun. It's the lighting was also horrible, if you know what I mean. But taking experience from that and learning from mistakes from that really helped me with Hellbound To Roses. As now, but before I start doing any pre-production, I would try to find my director's vision, if you know what I mean. I would sit down with the storyboards and the script, and I would how would this actually look like if I am an audience member and going to this theater to see this. So I just imagine what would be scenery the time, the setting, the weather, and stuff like that before I actually do any pre-production. Then I'm just jot literally everything down, and then I would start to incorporate them when I'm starting to do some planning. For example, I want it to be at night, and it sets in an urban area, so I have to do some location scouting to find the area that will be most suitable, and also just seeing on the internet isn't enough. I have to actually travel there at that time to see do I get the feeling that this is where my film belongs, if you know what I mean. I remember having to take the bus for at 8 p.m. Literally so many days, it's unbearable. But it all worked out in the end, and yeah, my film is done. And I also remember a very rare incident of how I actually planned the pre-production to I actually planned in the pre-production phase to shoot it at 8 p.m. However, one of my actors couldn't make it in time, so I had a lot of trouble with that and had to end up moving the schedule, adjusting the schedule so that it could be fitted for all actors and crew. Personally, concerning the camera and the cinematography, I would consider a lot of the shots used in the chase video, you could find it in my own product of Hellbound To Roses. I could think of the chase video as a testing ground almost for all the cinematography. It allows me to look what all the shot looks like and how the lighting would affect the shadows and on the actor face. So that was a really huge help of doing the chase video first. because I don't have to waste time like testing around like how would this look and how would that look and how like it would mesh together. um, but and also another thing that like the chase video like it helped me a lot is because like it helped me get used to the equipment, because this is my first time directing as like a director and an actor. So I need to get used to like all the camera equipment, like the gimbal, the tripod and stuff. So doing like the chase video like really helped me out on how like to efficiently use it to like stop wasting time, because time is of the essence. Like during the production phase, like I cannot afford to miss like any deadlines at all, because it would like be hinder the entire process of the film. So like, I was actually feeling really lucky when I got to like test with all the camera angles and stuff during the chase video. Oh, and also the lighting, because my Hellbound To Roses film was shot mostly at the nighttime, which compared to like the chase video, which is shot in daytime, which means there's like a less use of like manual lights, I guess. But like for my shot, some of the shots that I was planning, it looks too dim and too dark. Thus, I had to like work out how to use the manual lights as well, which the chase video like really helped me, because back then I didn't know what I was doing, and I just throw lights on random people's faces. But it looked good though, so yay. Oh, we don't talk about post-production because I still have migraines thinking about it. Like, yeah. One of the first snags I ran into when I was doing my post-production is that like after the rough cut, which if you don't know, it's like the first cut. You just attach the footage together to make like a continue film. When I finished that, and I did screen testing with the audience, which is something I've never done before, and it's really helpful. The main response from the audience is that they mostly find the film a little bit too confusing at first, which mainly is because of me, due to me breaking the continuity editing rule. A lot of my footage would just repeat what would have happened, like what has happened before, instead of progressing and moving the plot forward like a normal flow in time. So I had to like think of ways to like a solution for that. Like I banged my head on the wall, like I banged my head on the wall for so long thinking of a solution for that. Like and in the end, I would just like settle for chopping up the different footage I have with different angles of me doing the same thing, and then just attaching them together. Like this is a completely new experience, because for like the chase video, we just shot everything in one angle only. Like, there's not multiple shots, like multiple angles of different people doing the exact same thing. Which, yeah, thinking about that now, that would add some depth to the footage, but oh well. And another like snag I ran into was the color editing scheme. When we were doing the chase video, I didn't think too much of doing color editing and such, but like once I actually did it, it just made a huge improvements to your footage. Like of course don't overdo it, because it will be like saturated and you can see little grains in the filter, but if you do it like correctly, it will look so much more better just using like the raw footage that you've captured. When like relating back to the chase, there isn't like exactly a set genre for it, I guess. So I really don't know like how to approach the color scheming and such of it. So I would just throw in random stuff and see what looks good. However, for this one, I do have an inspiration. It's dark romance. Thus, I have to watch films and other similar kind of media products that have the same genre as mine to find if they are doing the exact like which convention and in editing that they're using, like what's the color of the color grading like and such. So yeah, I incorporate a lot of that into my own too. A notable series is like the 50 Shades series, which I would actually consider like be the main inspiration for this film of mine. So yeah. Personally, I think sound editing it's more tedious than difficult, because you have to spend hours and days trying to find that one perfect piece of music that will completely turn your product up a notch. Like it will completely complement and elevate it to like the next level. Speaking of sound editing, I actually did have an experience doing this before. It was for a film. It was like a second of film called No Country for Old Men, where I would like remove the in film audio, and I would like add music by myself and sound effects for it to match the mood that I'm trying to create. However, though, it's not good. Like I wouldn't consider it like the best passion project ever. I would actually consider it like a scrap piece that I could do to get experience, to do better on my actual piece, if you know what I mean. Like, for that one, I didn't actually think like the audio. Like, I don't think like would it actually fit in the genre or like, the storyline of the film that I'm making. Like, and like when I put it in, it would just like feel out of place. Like some of it would like feel out of place for some reason, which yeah, it's not good. Like I still remember so clearly how I would want to create a scary atmosphere, right? So I would find like every single scary noise I can ever think of, like zombie, ghouls, vampires, screaming, blood-curdling screams, like all that. I would just throw in, increase all their volumes, and then overlap them with each other to like overwhelm the audience. Which it is a good plan on paper. However, though, the sources of the sound doesn't really match with what's happening on screen, which that is where like it starts to become like, you know, a little which luckily though for Hellbound to Roses, I've actually fixed all that like by actually like after I finished editing like, the entire thing, I would sit down and mute all the audio. So like, I would watch the entire footage edited together with no audio in it. Like then I would like start brainstorming the ideas I would have, like which sound can go where, like what's the tempo like what's how loud it is, and then I would actually need to find all these sounds and add them in. For Hellbound to Roses, I also tried to like, I don't know how to say this, like use more symbolic sound rather than like literally what is happening on screen. For example, in some part I actually did add like church choirs as like to create that heavenly glow, heavenly aura of the character, which I think is like a really neat point. Another new things I learned from doing Hellbound to Roses is how important like reverbing, distorting like the sound, the audio can be, because you never really think about it much, but doing so would create like you're basically create like a new piece of music entirely, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like speeding up and slowing it down, it all brings different atmosphere that if I've chosen it very correctly, like if I did it correctly, it would look very good. I'm so satisfied with it. So yeah, sound editing is tough, but we can all do this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to me answering questions about my latest film. Bye!